Charlie smiled slightly and shook his hand and said seriously, "The reason why I came to Kyoto is for you. Whether it is a sword mountain or a sea of fire, since I have come, I will definitely take care of it." After speaking, he released Nanako's hand, turned and left. Nanako was immediately hit by Charlie's words. In addition to being moved and happy, her whole heart seemed to be melted by his words. When Charlie said this sentence, there was no domineering voice, but it gave her an unprecedented sense of security. Nanako realized that at this moment, she was hopelessly in love with Charlie. For him, she was willing to give everything. Even if he let her sacrifice her life for Charlie, she would never hesitate. So, she hurriedly reached out and grabbed Charlie, and said piously, "Master, please pay attention to safety. If you have any accidents, Nanako will definitely die for you without hesitation." Charlie turned around and smiled softly. "Don't worry, I will be back soon." After speaking, he stepped away from Nanako's room and disappeared into the vast snowy night. In the wind and snow, the Iga ninja who came to step on the spot was running fast in the night. He moves quickly and is as light as a swallow. Under the cover of the night, he is almost like an elusive ghost. However, he would never have thought that right behind him, he was also followed by a supermaster who was 100 times stronger than him. This supermaster was Charlie. Ninja Iga ran for 2 kilometers without stopping, and finally stopped at a courtyard door. Then he came to the courtyard's simple door, buttoned the door 4 times in 2 long and 2 short ways, and the door opened from the inside. A gap where only one person can pass sideways. Immediately afterwards, he quickly stepped in and disappeared. But Charlie concealed his breath and heartbeat, and quietly jumped onto the wall, carefully watching the courtyard. The entire courtyard is not too big. The front yard is more than 200 square meters, with some bamboo and ancient pine planted, and behind the courtyard is a wooden 2-story building. The Iga ninja, who had just entered, went straight through the front yard and entered the 2-story building. Charlie could feel that there were more than 6 or 7 people in this building, so he walked along the wall and quietly came to the building. At this time, on the 2nd floor of this building, there is a hall of about 50 square meters. In the hall, there is a ninja in black. In addition, on the floor in the middle, there are 2 quilts. People with big ties and balaclavas. The ninja that Charlie followed all the way, after stepping up to the 2nd floor, reported to one of the ninjas headed by, "Master, I have just found out that the internal defense of the Ito family mansion is very weak, and there are only less than 10 people. The strength of guards is average." The leading ninja hummed and said, "This time we are going to quietly throw the corpses of these 2 Chinese people in, so even if the opponent's strength is weak, we have to make sure not to disturb anyone, quietly. Go in, leave the corpse, and then quietly withdraw." After that, he asked again, "Have you found a suitable place to hide the body?" "Found it." The ninja hurriedly reported. In the Ito mansion, there is a very secluded small courtyard. There is also a pine forest in the small courtyard. Now the snow is thick. We can hide the body there for a short time. It should not be discovered by anyone. Speaking of this, he immediately took out his mobile phone, turned out the album, and reported to the chief executive, "Master, I took some photos. Please take a look." The other party took the phone, flipped it a few times, and nodded in satisfaction. "Yes, at first glance, this pine forest shows that few people go there. The corpse is hidden here. No one will find it for several hours or even 10 hours, Mr. Matsumoto. The requirement is for at least 2 hours not to be discovered by the Ito family. If you hide here, time is enough." Another ninja hurriedly asked, "Master, when will we kill these 2 Chinese?" The leader looked at the time and said, "Wait a minute, I'll call Mr. Matsumoto." At this time, Ziyu, who was wearing a black headgear, struggled violently. Because her mouth was blocked, she could only whimper with her nose, trying to attract the others' attention. The headed ninja frowned, pulled off her headgear, and observed at Ziyu, who was extremely haggard and full of horror, and asked coldly, "What? Do you have any last words to say?"